All right.
These officers were trained, I believe, in 1961 was the time the full officer cadre was trained in Yathala by myself. Then ATC became SLMA with the coming in of Dennis Pereira to take over the Army Training Center, which became the Sri Lanka Military Academy, which I believe was in 64 or 65. So my period of in Kerala was roughly from 1953 to 61, with a break in between when I was at Army headquarters and I was in Lebanon. In Lebanon, just to clarify, we were military observers. There was a dispute between Syria and Lebanon, and Syrians were crossing the border from Syria to Lebanon, and we were asked to monitor the migration. I use the word migration because people were crossing over in large numbers. Some of them to instigate an uprising in Lebanon. So our job was in Lebanon was to go out in the border and pit camps, temporary camps, stay there for a week in a camp and come back to the base in Beirut. Usually you go a team of 2. I had Sri Lanka with me, so Sri and I would go on these missions. We would go and pitch tents at the border and stay there for a week. We were in radio contact with Beirut, and Beirut is radio contact with the UN in New York. And they report all incidents straight to New York, to UN. So one night, Cyril and I were not fast asleep, we were resting at night. All of a sudden we were surrounded by a group of Syrians. And then they had guns at that time. Just to bring out, we were unarmed. We were only observers. So we were unarmed. So these guys, the Syrians came, they were rebels, kind of rebels, and they surrounded our tent and they marched us back into Syria, Syrian territory. And from there we were taken to a town where to a police station, and we were kept there for a day. In the meantime, we had lost contact with Beirut. So Beirut was worried that 2 observers were missing. And there were signals going in between the Syrian government, the UN force in Beirut, and UN force in the UN headquarters in New York. Until very soon a delegate was dispatched to our police station, and they got our immediate release. So we were subject of major news report from all over the world. The 2 Sri Lankan military observers have been captured by Syrians. That was a big story of the day. Anyhow, we were returned safely, no harm was done, and we carried on our work. We were there for about 6 months, then we returned to Sri Lanka after that. And then I went to school of infantry to Warminster, and then resumed my career in Yathala.